Hello. We are
All
live.
right. Look at that. We are up and running live
I
on
see it
YouTube.
live. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Awesome. All right.
Hi.
Well, here we are. It's Thursday night. It's been a little bit of a challenge getting things up and running here tonight, but hey, we are here. We're back, ready for another round. And tonight, on top of the usual crew, we got a good friend, good Jaws fanatic, as we like to call him here, and collector. We got Pete Spadetti joining us tonight. Pete, thanks for coming on tonight, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Hi, everyone.
Good to have you on, man. Pete, you've been around a long time, way longer than myself or Val have been around, and I only recently got to meet you. It's a shame we haven't crossed paths earlier. So pretty cool, man. I know that there's a lot of lineage. I know you and Mike go back quite a ways, and in fact, you guys probably go back to like JawsMovie.com and Jaws Collector days, I would assume. Is that right?
Yes. So when I did the lineage back to when the whole thing started, and 05 was before the props, that auction. So no, I'm sorry. The 05 was right, which I had gone to and really didn't know anybody. My brother-in-law Ray came with me, and it was great. I didn't really know anybody, not personally. And then 2000, end of 2006, and then 2007, I obtained those props. Don't ask me how. And then I connected literally with Jim, and Jim came over, and I met him, and then he showed me his stuff, and he came by here, Johnston. Then May, they were getting together for like that no fest, rest festing, you know what they call it?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and he mentioned me going. It was Memorial Day weekend that time. He mentioned me going, and I went, on my own, just knowing him. And I know I met Mike. Mike can tell some stories too. He did, I think, back in June. So I met Mike officially, got to know him and a lot of other people. And I think I was telling, I think I might have mentioned him when I opened my mouth in June at the Jaws Fest thing, Jaws celebration. Jim had real sunburn. And I'm outgoing, but, reserved, just a little shy. Sunburn, he didn't say it doesn't come out. So I'm there at that hotel for a weekend with all the new people, which have something in common. And I don't know who to talk to, who to connect to. So I kind of lagged on to Ed McCormick, who was there from the UK, Mike, and a few other guys. And they kind of pulled me right in, And it was great. And I got to know everybody. Matt Taylor, who I didn't know well, was walking around with this camera. I don't know if he's preparing for the book they were doing or just taking pictures. So I like to stay under the radar, but being the ham I am, I kind of put my face in front of him. Take me, talk to me. It didn't happen. So Matt I didn't start out too well. Not that it was a bad thing. And that was 07, yeah. And then meeting other people after that, and then knowing more people as we went to the vineyard. And of course, you guys fell into place last year, But Mike, it would have been May of 2007, though we connected a lot better later. So it's been really all those years, yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So what about your background, like with Jaws as a kid? So I know you're in Rhode Island. Is that where you're from originally?
Like Massachusetts or the vineyard?
No, just you in general. So were you born and raised in Rhode Island?
Yeah. I always say I get that New York blood thing in me, and I think I do. So my mother had said many times. And they say I got the accent. But so I'm 62 now, so I was 11 then, right? Yeah, I was born in 64. And I remember seeing it. All the stories are similar, right? I remember seeing the movie, I think it was 3 times, who I went with when my father took us. And over in Rhode Island, so near the water. So when I saw Narragansett, I would think of that with Jaws and everything like that. Never really was afraid of it, saw it, enjoyed it. Had no idea about the vineyard. So I grew up with it at that time. And, I got a few things here and there. Until the internet became big again, I wasn't really following it a lot more and behind the scenes stuff and everything like that. All those years, and I didn't really have the computer. I was using it at work. And it kind of rekindled that. But, of course, I was still watching it through the years, the 70s, the 80s, and so on. Now, I'm internet crazy and documentary crazy and everything. Yes, I still watch the movie.
That's cool.
But probably similar stories, right?
Well, they are, but you know what? I mean, that's what brings us together. We often say that the lineage and this thing, growing up with it, seeing it, and then now as an adult, you run into these people that you didn't know exist at one point in time, and so we often talk about the pitfalls and the rabbit holes that the internet can be, but there's a lot of good that comes across, and I think that's what brings a lot of us together now, which is pretty cool.
Exactly. I never thought it would come down to that.
I thought it was money.
I can attest to that. Shamelessly. And again, it's a long story.
I paid them to be my friend, man.
It's a big part of the childhood, and I'm a big sports person. It might be even more important to me than sports. I don't know anymore. You just feel it, man, and ladies.
Well, you're good. Consider it this way. It is kind of like a sporting event because it's a race against time.
Very good. True.
So obviously you're a Jaws fanatic. Did you see any of the other ones in the movies as well, or no? Or are you kind of laced into the first one? I'm a junkie. Yeah. So I remember seeing 2 in the drive-in, maybe even the movie theater 2. I really liked it. I didn't know the differentiation of the Vineyard and Florida at the time, and I liked it. It was good. 1983, Jaws 3D. For some reason, I was caught into that. A lot of it had to do with Bess Armstrong.
She was great. She's great in that movie. I don't care what anybody says.
I'm with you. Man. Okay, yeah. I'm not going to say anything negative. I like Dennis Quaid. My mother loved him. He was still a kid then, basically. And I had to go see it real bad, and I ended up going, but I don't think I had any takers, so I went in Warwick, south of where I am, like where Jaws was seen. And I went to go see it on my own. I remember seeing it at the movie theater. I think it was a Friday night.
Did you see it in 3D?
At the end. Yes, I did.
3D? Yeah,
I did,
so you got to see the 3D version. See, I did.
I did, yeah, definitely. And I might have gone a few other times, yeah.
Very cool. So what about The Revenge?
I do everything, family, friends, my mother, my father. But I believe my mother came with me to see that. And I went to see it, and it's what it was. She would have appreciated Michael Caine. I don't even know if she remembered it. And I read about it. I remember reading about it before it came out, so I had a good idea. I won't say anything bad about it, but I saw it in the theater, and I'll still watch it on TV now and then. I think the music in that's fantastic. And even Jaws 3D or Jaws 3, Alan Parker, I think all that music's unbelievable to me. And I like classical music, yeah. So that as well. And when we, took our trips there to the Vineyard, we would have seen a few sites with Jaws 2, not many. A lot of it was from the first. And then Jaws the Revenge, the little house there. Off the record, we kind of found our way over there, if you know what I mean. The house, yeah.
Nice. Very cool. So if you had to make a distinction or differentiation, and this has become a hot topic because the traction that Jaws the Revenge has been getting in the last probably year has been pretty incredible. Would you go
really?
Jaws 3 or Jaws 4? What is your preference?
So people are turning their thoughts a little bit more about Jaws the Revenge. Is that what you're saying? I didn't know if that is, because how it got berated for so many years.
Yeah.
Jaws 3.
Okay. All right.
There's a little bit of mass hypnosis going on about Jaws 4. I don't understand.
Yeah.
Jaws 3 is so much. Jaws 3 is Jaws compared to Jaws 4. If you know what I mean.
I see. And I'll accept that. Yeah, though I would watch Jaws the Revenge.
Because for me and Mike, we're sitting there going, no, we would rather go to Jaws 4 because there's no way that there's a great white going to go in the lake because there's no ocean that goes to SeaWorld in Orlando.
But it makes more sense for a great white shark to follow a family down to Bahamas or Bermuda or wherever.
I know, just like they said.
It doesn't go through the river.
Well, unless it's when
disbelief.
It's when the license plate was the insole, but that was the other shock. That was the fake shock. That was the wrong shock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the wrong one.
Yeah,
You
it's the
betcha.
wrong shark.
Well, you know,
Yeah.
looking back, it's almost like, you know, I would see a lot of the old movies with my mother on TCM, and they'd have the ones from the sitcoms, you know, Don Knotts or Eddie Albert, things like that. And people laugh at those. You know, I grew up with that stuff, you know, and I'd still watch it here and there. And I'm saying those people did something right if they were in these movies, and then they ended up like in the sitcoms. Where'd all the other movies go? You know, then the people in the 70s took over. But those were the classics. You know, I grew up with them, and you always embrace that, like I embraced
The
Jaws.
Incredible Mr.
But
Limpet.
looking at the acting, you know, Lou Gossett Jr., Dennis Quaid, Bess Armstrong. I know that Putsch was in like a sitcom. I think looking back at it now, the actors and actresses that were in those, despite the movie, what you think of it, Jaws the Revenge, Mario Van Peebles, he's become what, a big director or something, programmer?
Sure.
I love Lance Guest. I just like him. And my nieces knew him from something on Disney. And I keep asking them about the show. And they're going, who, what? Because they don't remember the name. And he was in a show. And when I go to my sisters back then, like for dinner, when they were younger, they might have had it on. And he was in a show. Some of you might know offhand. I don't know the name of it. My sister and brother-in-law here at the house, they might know. But he was in that. I liked him. Of course, you know, some of them were in Halloween too. Jeffrey Kramer.
Sure.
Was a Karen Young, and you know, Maureen Gary, her thing. Michael Caine, we all know that joke about Jaws the Revenge with his mother's house. Is that true?
Yes.
Yeah, supposedly.
So looking back, you can't put down the actors and the acting, or at least their back of their baseball cards, so to speak.
Yeah.
I really attribute a lot of what happened with just about every movie, but 3 and 4 especially. I think one of the major downfalls, it wasn't that you had bad directing, it wasn't that you had bad actors, it was that you had Universal was looking for a cash cow to dig them out of a hole. I mean, everything was rushed, from the script to the shooting to, I mean, that is one constant that occurs in this franchise. And, you know, it's unfortunate. It's like, oh, we're not doing well. What can we do to hopefully bail us out? Oh, let's do another Jaws movie. You know, and I really,
I get that.
Really had a big impact on Joe Al's career. I think possibly, he might have gone on to do more things. And I think that really kind of, you know, hit the brakes on his opportunities for that. You know, and Sergeant with the Revenge. I mean, these are not people that were bad at their jobs. But you know, back was against the wall and deadlines had to be met. Yeah, very much so.
I get it. Yeah. And I would think that wouldn't put them in some kind of a hole. You know, look what all the work they did in Jaws, the ones that were in that later. That was like his baby, but it shouldn't have like put him in the backside unless he wasn't really a great director.
Right.
Not saying he wasn't, but you know, it's almost like that stereotypical thing, right? You know, Don Adams and all that. I was a big Get Smart fan, and I think he did things later. I think he was awesome. He was great, but could he be in like other movies? Or what about that voice and everything? I throw all that out the window. You're either great or you're not, and that was great. Maybe some people don't like it. That was great. I know there's some of the things that are great that I haven't really followed. I have not a big sitcom person since probably since after the 80s, you know, all of that. Cheers, I would see reruns. Seinfeld, I didn't watch till there were reruns. I don't watch anything today.
No kidding.
Like brand new. Yeah. Well, I'm watching movies, maybe Jaws. I'm watching the Jeffersons. I'll admit, you know, Jeffersons, different strokes, whatever. Like that gets me through the night. Sports. If
you really want a good cerebral, and I mean cerebral, sitcom to watch, and of course it's been ended for quite some time now, watch The Big Bang Theory, because that thing cracks me up.
Okay.
And it has so many guest stars on there from, I mean, like they talk about Star Wars, Star Trek, Raiders, all that. It's a very good sitcom.
I've seen parts of it.
Yeah, it cracks me up. I love it. And the fact that I understand it, it's even better.
I probably would catch into it pretty quickly. I wouldn't be surprised.
No, it's really well written.
Hey, we do have a couple people just popping on to say hi. We got Robert chiming in saying hello, everyone. Happy to be here. We got Jaws Bites hopping on, saying, sorry, got here late. That's all right. We were running a little late tonight ourselves. No big
worries.
deal.
We were
got Terry Foster hopping in, saying hello. So, yeah.
Hi.
That's my girl.
Info people out there tonight hanging out with us. Yeah.
Nice to meet or re-meet everybody. I know there's a lot of people. I draw blanks sometimes. It's a great Jaws community.
All right, looks like I'll take over. It was neat.
That's okay. It's a good community because there's so many people that have that connection. Like we said, I already told you. No.
I was ready to take over, Nate. I was ready to take over.
Peter, I so much apologize for our issues we're having today. This is not a normal thing. So
here's the thing. It's not like we wouldn't cover your behind. We would. We got this.
You do.
Oh, good. We got it.
You do.
All right, we got Ray saying hello. Big fans here. Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, nice.
Rose.
So fast forward.
Well,
so which of the fests did you get to attend? I know you were there this past year. I know you were over for the 50th. Were you at the 05 or 012 or no?
Yeah, I went to 05. I just kind of caught up with things on the internet at that point, just in time. And it was what was it? Was it Jaws Movie? Wasn't JawsMovie.com, was it? I know it wasn't Spielberg. That was after. Remember that? And it had certain, Mike, you probably remember, it had certain people featured as fanatics, like Andrea, right? Jimmy, Jim Bella.
It was Lou Pisano's, right?
Eric Holland.
Jake's Page.
Yeah.
So when I saw that and people were talking about it, I was clueless. I'd say, "Oh, I'm Peter. I'm in Rhode Island," because I got into the chat and I wasn't using the computer a lot for that type of stuff back then. And I'm asking permission. I said, "Can you guys put me down as a number, as somebody who would go?" And I'm not talking about hooking up with anybody. That logistics that works itself out. I was looking to get permission to be able to go to the vineyard for this thing, which I knew I could go to the vineyard. I can go anywhere, even though I'm not the chief of police. So, you guys can throw me out for bad jokes, but I was like that, not knowing. And then, like I said, I think that's when I connected with Jimmy one-on-one through that, and then we decided to look each other up. So I had planned that. I saw the criteria and everything. I dragged my brother-in-law with me, who loves it too. That's Ray, by the way. I think he said he chimed in.
Yeah.
And Nancy's my sister.
Ray.
Yeah, they're big fans.
Hi,
Ah, very cool. Nice
welcome to the fam.
Yeah, absolutely.
So at that time, he was bringing his camcorder. I wanted to record a lot of stuff. And it's like we were saying the other night, Nate, even with that, it's like everything was programmed. There was a lot of fun there. But there might have not been everything that you can do. So I went to that. I think it was three nights I was there. I went to 2012. I again saw a lot of Mike, a lot of Lou Pisano. We were all connecting then. I did go last year for a day for the 50th with Ray, and that was very nice. And I remember it vaguely now because now I'm remembering this past June. So I've been to those, but I've been on many trips with family, and then me, Lou, Jim, Justin, and John Yana would take trips there that we've taken through the years and met Mike there, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Very cool. So you get there pretty regularly, it sounds like. Well, of course, not too bad of a drive, I would assume, for you, though. You could do day trips, right?
Yeah. So I kind of hit all of them. 2012, that coincided with that Cape trip we just came from 2 weeks ago. So we're there for 9 or 10 days, and I go and book that Jaws Fest from the Cape vacation. So I'm on vacation from vacation. I don't know anybody else but myself who would do that, if you know what I mean. So I took the boat over to the vineyard for 2012 toward the end of the Cape vacation and got back for the last day. So I paid on top of paying, if that makes sense, which it probably doesn't. But I get to go.
Well said.
It is a pretty magical place,
Sure.
Very cool. Nice.
And, like you mentioned, meeting everybody and meeting the fans and making friends. even if it's in person and I'm not on the internet a lot. In 2007, we were able to formally meet the Murphys. Mike, you were with us, right? I think you came to that ride. A bunch of us went to go see the Murphys, and they knew I had the props, and I talked to them. I showed them pictures and got to know them and became friends with them after that. And like I was saying, outside of you guys, that relationship with them, what it turned out to be, I embraced more than what they had. That was more embraceable to me than what I had, maybe not money-wise. But yeah, my father would always say, oh, let's go to the vineyard and see the chief's house and stuff like that. He would have really hit it off with Lynn and would have said, all right, enough of that. Take me out on the boat. My father loved the water and the boats. Yeah. They would have gotten along really cool.
Very cool. Nice. So talk to us. So we know it, and you're going to take us on a little journey here in a little bit, but we know that you have some pretty cool props, and I don't want to do any spoilers yet, but how did you come about being able to even figure out where they were and how to go and check them out? How did that whole process? Because I think about that and I see things pop up like nowadays. You get online, you see whatever movieprops.com has things for sale. You're going, first of all, I'm going, yeah, right. Is that even real?
Right?
Yeah, is it really screen used?
So, yeah. How did that come about?
Yeah,
I know. So first of all, the word is crazy. I'm crazy. I was crazy back then. I don't think stupid. Or like Steven Spielberg said, I'd been like a sports collector through the years, going back to my childhood with my friends, getting the box of cards, at the store and playing wiffle ball and stuff like that. Small things, but then autographs. Like I like to get a lot of sports stuff. So I don't know. I had the profiles in history. There was something before that. If you did your research, or it may have popped out where somebody got orca letters from the boat, which was legitimate. And I think that's what started it, I believe, with the Jaws stuff. And it went for a lot of money. It was profiles in history. I don't know if that was the same auction company for that. I took a look.
I know that show. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
and
in history.
Yeah. Then there was a link online. You could see things. I didn't even have like a catalog. And it just stuck out at me, everything that was there. And it was piquing my interest because I was like a junkie. I'm not calling it junk. And it was kind of like a turn from sports. And I'm saying this is getting me more excited than sports memorabilia I've had as a kid. And at that time, I would have been obviously well into my 30s or so. So money-wise, I had some money held up. I was at home, but I had my expenses and everything. So I didn't have a lot, but I had a certain amount of money put aside. Mm-hmm. And I saw them, and what stuck out at me was the chair. And I've told people this, the fighting chair. I don't know how to describe it. It's almost, not to be morbid, it almost looked like a skeleton, of a person. I don't mean it literally, and not to be morbid. The way it stuck out, and they showed it, it looked like a skeleton or something that was the chair, but it was like, and it was what it was. Many years later, it just stuck out at me. I said, oh my God, look at that. So I had my general manager cap on, if you know what I mean, free agency. And I said, I've got to target this, and this, or all three. And I did. And I checked my money and my payments and things like that. I didn't think I'd even get one of them. So I did like that internet bid. And at the time I was working, and there was like a training session going on. So the funny part of the story is, even though I had those in there, because, then they would have it on site and online. And I think I might have miscalculated if some of those went over, if you know what I mean. So I don't know what trouble I would have gotten in. But I went down to the bathroom in my work building to try and get into the auction live to keep track of my bids and see if I had to do a phone bid. If you follow, if I said that right, is that sick?
No, I don't. No, because I've done that for concert tickets. That's how I got this.
There you go. You said it, Janie. You said it. You hit it right on the head. And I don't know what happened there. I probably had to get back because it would be obvious if I wasn't there too long on a bathroom break or whatever. And I think I looked on the computer before work ended, and I saw what happened, and my mouth dropped.
What happened?
So, sorry?
Then
What
you had to go
happened?
back to the bathroom because then something had
Yeah.
happened. No kidding.
I was in shock, literally, when I saw the results of it. I didn't know what to do then. And then I knew what to do after. And again, the money pot's a long story. And
So you're saying that at that time your bid was picked. That was it.
it made it, yeah. And some people would comment later. There'd be a lot of comments, and they'd say, "I can't believe this went for this amount and not that amount. You're lucky," stuff like that. I think I was still off the under the radar at that time. So when I saw conversation going, it might have been on Spielberg.com at the time. I don't remember. I don't know if it was JawsMovie.com, and there'd be people talking, and then I'd chime in and said, "That would be me." So somebody who's like, you would think, and I'm proud, and I did put a few things out there, but I'm not that type. Somebody else would have thrown out immediately and said, "This isn't confirmed. I'll let you know, but I believe I have this, and this."
He's in the bathroom going, "That was me, you idiot." That was me.
I'm Peter. I'm a dweeb Jaws fan from Rhode Island. That would be me. I have
I'm
it.
in the John, but I got the chair. Yeah, there you go.
It's like winning a championship and being relieved, not excited.
Oh,
I'm too tired.
Right, exactly.
I pitched 5 innings in that 7th game of the World Series. I'm exhausted. I'm not happy. I'm relieved, and I'll celebrate tomorrow.
Exactly. It's done and over with. There you go. Yeah.
So what was the first prop that you got? What was the first piece?
From those? Oh, overall?
Overall.
So those 3 came together. I always refer to them as the big 3. I don't know what I did before for Jaws. I had little knickknacks and things like you, Jimmy. I had no Jaws collection thing at all. I might have had some cups, something from eBay. Remember the media guides, things like that. I rediscovered all that stuff on the internet, and it wasn't bad. And I grabbed it, the booklets, stuff like that. Half of it, which you probably could have gotten back at the time and in the movie theater. Small things like that, if you want to call it that. Nothing like this. That was the first big mark at that time. Kind of put me on the map for what it's worth.
So
and all those 3 were together, literally the same auction.
So what was the 3 items?
Right. What was the chair?
What did you win?
And what else?
Hold on.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I almost gave it away.
How about rather than you tell us?
Yeah, show us.
How about you show us?
Yeah.
Take us from a little hype.
Show it. Shut up and show it. Yeah, back it up, right?
No,
I will.
It's show and tell. It's show and tell is what it is.
I mean, I know, but people watching don't know, and so right now they're jumping.
I don't know.
All right.
Oh, I didn't want to leave you hanging. Sorry. So Nate, it's downstairs, I'm upstairs.
Yes.
And downstairs a little mess. There's a lot of clutter, but we're also moving around stuff selling, but it's visible, and I'll do what you want.
We don't care.
If I hit the arrow and you're seeing the other night, you'll let me know, right? Because it's probably my best bet.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you want to, if you're worried about about privacy or whatever, you can turn your camera off for a second till you get down there and turn it back on. But you do what you want to do.
Oh no, I'm not worried about that. Yeah, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah,
just want to make sure. Yeah.
So
wait a minute, are we playing hide and seek?
I'll probably drop the phone. I don't want to play disconnect.
Don't drop
the
phone. Just don't drop your phone.
So my little setup's here, but I'm not as good as you guys. So I have this is not from the auction, but it's the Jaws Daybill thing. Can you see that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So this is my setup behind me that I can see what you guys have. You can't see what I got because I have no clue. And this was probably from this was the stuff they had. It says Jaws photo inside. This is probably from one of the Jaws celebrations. It might have been 05. You know how they had pictures and things? All this is in the book, which you probably have. But they had this, and I picked it up.
Is that the sinking orca, Mike?
Yes, yeah.
So I have a piece
camera
of that.
barge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a piece of that. Yeah.
Right.
That's pretty cool.
Sweet.
So that was probably supposed to be above me, but it wasn't.
Oh,
Yeah,
good.
so I've got like
You know what? We don't care. We don't care. We're good.
I know you guys are great. So
We're good.
I don't
We
want to
don't care.
shock.
We're comfortable.
I want to do this right. I'm going to bring you right to something standing up, and I know what it is. So let me do this first, Nate, and you guys let me know. I'm hitting this arrow. Camera 3 facing front.
Yeah, try that once. If not, hit camera facing back. It's going to be one or the other. Yep. I think his signal's dropping off.
Oh no!
That's all right. We'll be back.
Did I lose you guys?
What a tease.
Yeah, I don't know
There
if
you
your
go.
signal dropped
Should I-
off or what there, buddy.
Should I try that again? I was trying to do the camera thing like the other night. Should I try it again?
Yeah, so what you can do is you can turn your camera around now, but I'm wondering, so do you get good reception downstairs on your phone or no?
I usually do.
Okay. Try it
I'm
again.
going to do
You're
what I
good
did
now.
upstairs. Want me to do
Yeah.
what I
Good
did
now.
upstairs? I don't, but it's
Yeah, go
usually
ahead.
not a problem.
Nope. No, give it a shot.
Nate, what he could do is just turn his own camera around, and then he could
Yeah,
still
that's
hear
all.
him.
That's what we're
No,
going to
no,
do.
no. I think it might have been the signal, but it might have been when I hit the camera
Okay.
thing. My brother-in-law was telling me.
Okay.
No, it's
Not a
cool
problem.
right now. Let me know if you can see this. Mike has.
Looks like a fin. What is it?
God!
Now, you don't know what that is?
Well, it looks like a
You don't know
fin.
what
Is
it
it the
is?
actual fin?
Can you
It's
see
not
it?
a fin. It is the fin. There
The
you go.
fin.
That is the fin. The estuary scene fin?
Yes.
Sled, that's
Yeah.
used on the sled, right? That's
Oh,
that's
wow.
the fin from the sled, Val.
Right.
Move back a little bit, Peter, so we can see it better. If you move back a little,
Sure.
because I can't really.
Other way there, buddy. There,
There
you
you
go.
go.
Oh my
Sideways,
God!
maybe?
There you
There
go.
you
Yeah,
Perfect.
That's
Look at
perfect, perfect. No, go back.
Better?
Go
Right
back.
there,
Perfect.
right there, right
Yes.
there.
Dead center.
Nice.
at that sucker.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh my God! How big is that sucker?
It has the dimensions and everything, which I don't really know. Must be 1.5 feet, couple of feet.
Okay, because
How many fins? How many fins were used?
This
many
is
of
like
them
what
were
Roy
there?
Arbogast had. Quite a few, the sharks. I don't know how many. There's only like one fin like this, and if you see that deleted scene in the you can see the gird, like the gurney, that's
Yeah.
Yeah.
probably from that scene.
Nice.
And it's the estuary fin. It's really old now, but that's it. Yeah. So that was one of them.
So what does
Very cool.
what does it feel like? Like, is it smooth or does it feel rough like a real shark fin? What is it? No, seriously, what's the texture of it? Because I'm curious about
So-
what it's made out of.
It's a little broken up at the bottom. I need a description, which I had before. Probably
Freaking out.
something, maybe the material.
I
You
don't
probably know.
I know the shark. The shark
Sorry,
itself,
like-
skin was like neoprene. Or some
Neoprene.
base of
I was just curious
neoprene, but
about
I don't know
what
if
the
that's what's used on that
actual-
or not.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. Because I was telling my sister last night, I said it's probably, just from imagining, from looking at it from screen, that it's probably about 2 to 3 foot long.
Oh, it's got to be. Probably 2.5
Gotta
feet
be.
tall.
And then
Yeah.
tall, because I'm 5'1", so it's probably going to pass my waist. So
Yeah.
I'm a short little, and you guys know that. So I'm trying to explain to her how big this thing is.
It's up there, but I also have it on some wood and styrofoam that, believe it or not, it was shipped in, and I kept it in because I've never really been able to cage this or get plastic, case made for it, things like that. It probably would have
Right.
cost a lot of money.
Right.
But the styrofoam here, and then it's on top of some wood. It was kind of long, so I shortened it up a little bit, and I still have it in there. And I'm just trying to keep it secure,
Sure. And it's probably good to keep it
Oh
off the
my
floor
God.
too. Moisture.
Yeah,
That gives
and I
me
had it
chills.
covered too. But primarily it's the estuary fin, what they use there. And I don't know if it was any other scenes where you couldn't really see the whole shark. Maybe not.
Right.
Yeah.
Either way, pretty damn cool. All right.
So I know this will sound odd, but you guys can't take a picture of it from there, right? You have to be here.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I could always screenshot, but I can't right now. Unfortunately, I'm on reduced capabilities. So
Poor Nate.
yeah, I'm struggling tonight. I'm limping it in here tonight with the show, unfortunately. So, but
You're doing
You know where I
all good.
live. You know where I live.
Maybe we can do is when I get my problem
So-
figured out here, I'll have you on and we'll take a couple screenshots of you with it. Yeah, but actually, I have a little surprise here then that we'll show once you go through with the live here. So maybe it'll kind of help you out a little bit.
So this is like, one of the big three, let's say, so to speak. And if I could put more information at some point, I will, about size and everything. That
Sure.
profiles in history, it had, the description of it. And I printed it and everything was in the catalog. And it's got the whole write-up. It's got the certification. I have the certification here. And it's got description, how they came about, who owned it. Roy Arbogast, had this, I believe, and put it up for auction, consigning it. Basically, that's what it is, right? And the Murphys had the chair. The chair's not here. You will see it on a feed from the museum, the
Yes.
LA museum they just had. Yeah, they wanted
Wait,
that
that's your
loaned.
chair
Yes, it is.
at the museum? That's your chair.
That is
Val.
yeah.
So that
That's
chair,
crazy.
that
I was
chair's
there.
mine. It's coming back. Yeah, hopefully.
Wow.
Yeah, the chair. I know I'm crazy.
Do you not see me smiling though of how this is making me so happy?
Well, that makes me happy. Yeah.
I mean, yes. I mean, to know that we have somebody whose actual personal collection has been in that museum for the world, who have gone to see this for what? When was it? It started after the 50th, ended just last month. This
Right,
is amazing
exactly.
to us
Last July.
to have you on.
Thank you. See, and that's what it is. No matter how long I've had them, has it gotten old? I mean, it never gets old.
Oh,
I'm more or
Hold
less
on,
like,
guys. Hold on.
I more or less keep it. When they say you keep something, you keep it in good shape. You got a mint signed baseball, like you keep it. You may not drag it around anywhere. You might sell it. You might show it to people. It's basically grabbing it and keeping it, which I don't think there's anything wrong with. And people have come over and it's served a purpose at the museum. Somebody else might have done a lot more with it, and all the power to them. That's just not me,
or
Check
it
this
could
out,
have,
guys.
or it could have
Hold on.
fallen into the wrong hands too.
Fool me, and Nate, there's the chair.
There it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and they put some pole in there. I don't think it's another version of it, or that's the chair though. Yeah, if you look at it and you compare it to what it was in the movie, can you believe it? Give me one moment here. I'll turn this off. Yeah, it's noisy.
There it is.
Yeah, that's it.
That's crazy that's yours. That's crazy.
I know, isn't it? And there's a shock jaw there. So they
Wait a
were
minute,
in
bring
the
Mike in. Bring Mike in, because Mike's gonna show off here.
Yeah, Mike's
You
got
can get him in.
Mike's signal is
Yeah, Mike's breaking
Oh.
up.
Bad.
froze.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if anybody has ever seen, Mike's been in it too.
Can't see it,
No,
Mike.
that's for-
It stinks.
you can't see it,
it's
Mike.
kind of glazed. Yeah, I can see a little bit of an image now.
Yeah, a little bit. It's really blurred
Yeah.
out, Mike. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's unfortunately Mike even sent this
It's
to me.
coming in.
Yeah,
Mike's
oh, there it
coming
is.
in.
Mike even sent that to me, and unfortunately, with issues I'm having, I can't bring any visuals up tonight, and I apologize for that
Mhm.
greatly. But yeah, we'll have to do a recap on that.
Let's
Here's the
add
chair.
some pictures afterwards.
Get off and
Yeah,
see
there's the
that.
chair.
That's it.
Yeah.
And the way it's fastened there at the bottom, that's how it came here. And they were
Right.
asking me questions at the museum. Does that come out? Did you put that in there? I have no clue. All I do is look, think, and put the wallet out. Not that I'm Mr. Moneybucks or anything. The rest of it, I have no idea. Like right now with the fin, I'd have to look at that description, But yeah, it's kind of like a rubber and
The
something
thing,
over it. Yeah.
So cool. That's so cool that that's your chair. That's
but there
crazy.
you
I hear what
there
you're
again,
saying, Val. Like that's
you
striking
have
you
to
that way.
think.
I hear you.
That's it.
Yeah, and I
That's
was
it.
proud of it.
Did they pay you for that chair? They should have paid you.
Right.
No way. Yeah, it was a loan. I had to sign off on it. I loaned it to them. There was insurance, which I had a problem with because, and knock on something, please, but hopefully it comes back okay. They evaluate it and they say market value, or they
I'm
might need a
knocking for you.
receipt to show what I paid for it. Somebody else might purchase this. Or I might consign it again myself, with all due
Right.
respect.
Have you
No,
gotten
because
offers on it?
Sorry?
Have you gotten offers for it?
Not directly, no. And
You
nothing at
might
the
now.
museum, like if somebody wanted it. Yeah.
Would you
If
take
you get the
$100?
money, I got the if you got the money, I got the prop.
So, I mean, especially with it being with these things being out in LA, and obviously Universal having their, showing interest, because they showed not a whole lot of interest during the 50th itself as far as immediate interest, but has Universal hasn't mentioned anything to you or asked you at all? I mean, that's
No, not even through the museum. Steven
No
Spielberg, Joe Alves, who knew about all of this. He signed off on a lot of it. I was hoping Spielberg would.
right.
He misses the boat, right?
Yeah.
And I
He
don't know if
does.
they were keeping anything. Yeah.
He did. Yeah, I'm sorry. He did say in an interview maybe about 2 years ago that he wants Universal to rebuild the Orca and put it on Jaws
Mhm.
Lake because it's a significant part of the film.
Yeah.
And
Right.
when that got taken out because of the deterioration of it, with being waterlogged and termites and everything, they chopped it up and didn't even tell him. So he wants that built back.
Right.
It's a significant part of the story.
I wonder how that would compare with that. Is it Michael Sterling, the one who had the Orca on the
Yes.
vineyard last year?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
most accurate
yeah.
That's the most accurate replica of the Orca
That boat
right
is
now.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
It really is.
Yeah.
And Mike Sterling is really an amazing
good guy.
individual. Another shining
Oh,
example of the caliber of
Yeah.
people
Oh,
that we come
awesome.
across. He really is. Yeah.
Right.
Speaking of,
But you-
Well,
I'm sorry.
I
Go
was
ahead.
going to say, I'm
well,
sorry.
you know what? There's another piece that's here because the chair is number 2 as far as big. There's another piece here. And I get, not discombobulated. I like when I ramble and talk, it's like I get all confused and stuff. My
This one's my
brother-in-law
favorite.
was here too. I don't know if he was gonna demonstrate, but I'll just shut up and show it to you. But I'm in a good sitting position, so this is here too, and this isn't at the museum. They took other things too, but let me try and do what I did before. I hope I don't lose you. Let me know what you can and cannot see.
Just
What am I? I
just
don't know.
pull,
What is
just
that?
pull the drag out.
No
for a
way.
second.
No way.
I don't know
I
what I'm looking
know.
at. I don't know what I'm looking at.
You're looking at Quint's Fenwick
Oh.
rod and Penn Model 15 reel.
And rod. You're looking at the rod and
because
reel.
I saw that at the museum. So the one at the museum is not the real one because they had one at the museum.
Now, I don't think anybody can, if they had one, there might be another one. I saw it on a prop store. I don't know if you guys saw that about a month ago, which made me curious.
Yes.
Let me know if you can still see it.
Yep.
And I know they have some where they use like 2 things,
Right.
3
There's
different
always a few.
props.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to do some research on that because that was a rod and reel, and you guys can probably look it up. And it kind of drew a red flag for me or got concerned. So I believe there's that other one. However, I know mine's legit. It has to be. It better be. There's a tag on here from the auction too. No, leave it, Ray. That's fine.
They would not have added that. I don't think they would have added that
I don't
if it
think they
was
would have
not
signed
screen
off on it if it was
used.
bogus. Yeah.
Correct. They would
Right.
not have done all 3 if it not.
Yeah. And again, this has the description of what happened with it. The plastic You know, the
Oh my God,
plastic,
look how big that sucker is.
I can't even talk, you know, like the material here, that's all
Yeah.
restrung. This is kind of like
The
string,
nylon.
and that's
It's the
all in the
nylon.
description.
Yeah.
This pot's been rewrapped. If you look at it and compare it to the movie, this has been rewrapped.
Yeah.
And it's that this will look a little different, which concerned me. In the movie, it'll be yellow. And again, people talk about movie tricks or movie colors and things like that. I don't know if that was replaced or not. I see it distinctly. I don't know now if this is the one that was in hand, you know, but it is from the movie. It's supposed to be from the boat. Better be.
Well, two, keep in mind that oftentimes they have many different versions. Number one, in case something happens.
Mhm.
Number
Right.
number two, for different shots, they're going to have different pieces. Just like, I mean, even things like in Star Wars, like stormtrooper costumes.
Right.
They had the up close ones. They used one particular helmet and costume. For the
Right.
action shots, they use a different one. So I don't know if I'd be questioning authenticity. Now, trying to figure out exactly when and where it was used or wasn't used might be a whole different ballgame. But dear God, thing's incredible.
I have a thought.
Oh,
You got to realize if this guy was a fisherman, and if anybody in Florida that knows, when you go fishing or if you're on the coast, you're going to have more than one rod and reel on that boat. So I'm wondering if that wasn't like maybe a prop in the background somewhere on the Orca.
It'd have to be at least, and I don't know if they used interchangeably. I don't know. I'm curious about that. Somebody also said that the buyer on that, and I didn't spend anywhere that amount. So I don't know if they're differentiating one prop from the other, if I did consign. And I'm not at liberty to say, but if you look at it or you followed it already, something about $150,000. And if you haven't seen it, if you look, you'll probably see it. Then somebody said it was Amblin. That's Spielberg, right? Amblin?
yes.
Amblin, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it kind of took a lot of air out of my tire because everything pointed toward that being the one. However, this has to have legitimacy. Joel signed off on it.
Right.
And if I could, or Nate, or really any of you, if I get, the description I can probably find. I don't know if it can be looked up online. I might have another copy. It'll have like word for word the description or even the authenticity. I have no problem saying that to you, you know, like even through like text. Yeah. And Mike, I mean, your experience too, seeing it, you know, whatever else you might know about it or your homework. But like I said, what is authenticity? You know, if you get an autographed photo authenticated by like Steiner Sports, you guys must have heard of that. I'm sure it's on the up and up. But what is authenticity? You know, what does that, you know, really mean? And I know it counts for so much in the seal and all that. So this was at the auction. It went for quite a bit. I don't know what would happen now. I don't think anybody could shoot it down because I do have the paperwork. Right. And it has the tag on there for the auction. I don't know anymore. I never knew. You know, the thing that stuck in my head was the color of the piece with the reel. But anything's possible. I don't think it said in the description that piece was replaced and it was yellow. If you know what I mean, it gets very specific.
Sure.
And I don't know if it's a film thing or a picture thing. Like it's tricky, and I don't mean the sunshine. I mean whatever. But I'd like to know if the one that did sell, if that has that yellow piece, I guess that could point toward it being that. But like you all said, and this was up for auction, I don't know what I have to fall back on, but I don't see how this wouldn't be it. I just don't know now about its actual capacity. It happens after so many years, right? On the fin, whatever purpose it played outside of the estuary, and the chair, I think that's pretty cut and dry, I would hope.
Yeah.
Very cool.
So
Very
this was
cool.
like part of that. It was like those three pieces, you know. Here's even the tag from the
just him
auction.
doing the reel. Just him doing the reel gave me chills.
Did it? Yeah.
It did.
I mean, these things may sound alike. They must have had others that were made up. You know,
Oh,
new ones,
God.
but maybe they're different. I don't know.
Sure.
That is so cool. It's still
You
cool
know.
though. I mean, literally.
Nice.
That's
I mean, if
awesome.
you guys back me up on this, I'd appreciate it. But I don't know anymore. I'm not. I was losing a little sleep over it, but not much. But I have a feeling that this one might be secondary. Where did that other one come after all these years? Come out from after all these years?
Exactly. There's a lot of screen matched stuff out there.
That's the other thing you
Yeah.
got to worry about
Yeah.
too. Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
very deceiving how
Yeah.
they put that out there. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this says it too in the description. So unless I started looking for this for a while, Nate, which I probably couldn't have.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I could have actually. I could have grabbed the certification, and I will try and send some pics on that if you don't mind. I wouldn't. I put it away somewhere? I wouldn't mind. It's really got the authentication.
Yeah.
And what is that? But it's coming kind of straight from the horse's mouth. Then I met the Murphys. They know that I got it. I don't see it not coming from them. What
Right.
role did it actually play?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, and no
What's
matter
done
what
is done. Like what's done is done. I don't want to waste any money, but it's a foregone conclusion now. Where do I go from here?
Well, I can tell you for one that no one here is going to argue with you over that, and two, it literally comes down to one person's word against another. So I mean, there's a very big gray area there, regardless. So
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And the part with the museum, I don't know, like that's not this, of course, and I don't think it was that one that supposedly was on the prop store, but because they said too that I signed an agreement saying that I wouldn't do anything with this while it's there, like I did consign it or I did sell it to somebody who came over for a couple of $100,000 or something. It kind of was signed and everything like that. But I don't think that would prevent me in the future. So I don't know if I think it was still going on because like you said, Janie, that just ended in July. This other thing happened in July or June. So
Yeah.
I don't think it was that rod and reel because everybody would have made a big thing about it. They might have put like a prop, like a secondary type thing in there to put in the chair because I wouldn't even want to put this in there. That chair's old. Probably would have fallen apart.
Right. Because I'm looking it up right now, and it tells you what it is. You can get one and make a prop for that to be screen used.
Yeah.
So the rod and reels were not uncommon. I mean, it was an old Penn Senator. It was like a 15 or a 16. They were huge. They were nicknamed the paint can because they were enormous. Yeah. They held a ton of line. And Fenwick rods, I mean, to this day, a Fenwick rod is an incredible rod if you're a fisherman.
Yeah.
Let alone a weight class of that type and caliber. And so it's not that you couldn't put those things together, but the fact that
you know about the rod, that's exactly what it says.
I'm familiar. Yeah, I'm familiar with it. So the fact that they have these, the fact that it came through in that auction, and the fact that you had the caliber of Joe Alves and those people signing off, I mean, I don't know, that kind of throws a little shade to the fact that it would be an imposter in my mind.
Yeah,
I'm
going to take
a real one, right? Exactly. Yeah.
I'm going to take Joe and Captain Lynn's word over some guy at the prop store.
Yes.
Yeah, or some dude on the internet who disagrees with you. You know what I mean? Because he's jealous.
Part with the if that's Spielberg, right? He's no fool. He's no Joe.
Right.
I mean, even if he blew the money, he's got so much money. That's why I was hoping he might be looking for some of this stuff. I again would, sincerely, honestly, and with respect for it, like Jaws 3. By the way, I did like Simon McQueen the most. Besides Dennis Quaid, it's a bloody retirement annuity. With all due respect to the props, Fitzroy's, and right. I can't help but think that. With all due respect for this,
Yeah. So I don't know if this is going to be valuable or valid or whatever, but according to Google, there's only one primary screen and photo matched hero prop of Quint's 130B Fenwick. Only
Mhm.
one.
Literally
Oh.
one. Does
One
it
rod and reel that's
reference that one in the auction or any auction?
It says only one primary screen and photo matched hero prop of Captain Quint's 130. I'm sorry, my glasses are. Anyway, Fenwick Deluxe 670 big game trolling rod and Penn Senator 16/0 reel combination from draws is publicly documented and accounted for as a surviving artifact from the film's production. But that's all it says.
Thank you. Bless your heart.
No.
If this is
go.
it. What's done is done. But as we all kind of pass away, hopefully not us, who do you go to? It's basically somebody's estate, right? Joe Alves is around, and I wouldn't want to bother him for the wrong reason. But if something here is wrong, what kind of accountability is there? I mean, these are auctions.
Correct.
Sure.
You know, these are big things. There's more going on now. Star Wars, you know, that's been going on forever. The Lions costume from that auction, because there were a lot of things highlighted, went for $700,000, and it probably went to some costume company or museum or something. There was probably another costume, right? But if that's not the real one, then there isn't one. $700,000.
Yeah.
And that stuck in my head because I was part of that auction. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen 3 different Christopher Reeve Superman outfits. I know there's one in Vegas. There was one here in Kansas City at the Hallmark, the store. So it's there's no definitive one really of anything, especially on a film.
Right, and I didn't want to get anything off track, but I figured the rod and reel pod might have stuck in your head, especially if you had seen that, which I did. And I can't do anything that's already happened. But like I said, Nate, what I'll do, or really any of you, I'm sure, I know I have your connections, send you trying to think, what's nice is the description from the catalog, and the catalog somewhere. And I printed the description, right? That'd be the thing to do. But I've got the authenticity. If you see what it says there about signing off on the chair, the rod and reel, even the fin, it'll say what it is. And there's writing from the Murphys.
Yeah.
And there's writing from Joe Alves.
Okay.
Yep.
Creator, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So it's,
No question here.
Doesn't get
So
too
this
much
is
more
what it
authentic than that.
Also says, I don't know if you're interested. Authentic than that. No, it doesn't. But it does say here now, of course, there again, this is hearsay. You can trust Google or not. It's up to you. But it says, while backup units may have been kept on set during the 74 production setup, verified by serial documentation. And you've got documentation.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Did we
And
lose
I'll have
him?
you look at it, again,
Did you lose me?
even if you don't have an opinion on it or an expert thing, you could look at it and read it. And this is what happened back in the day in 2007.
Yeah. Either way, there's no debate. Pete,
It's all legit.
got some pretty kick-ass
No.
things going on.
Absolutely. Very cool.
I know.
No.
And this means a lot.
No.
You guys being here means a lot.
Last thing I would
Did you
do
want
is-
to look at it again?
Just do it one more time for me so I can get happy.
Tell you
You
what, Pete,
betcha.
if you ship them to my house, I'll see what I can do tracking down information. I'll get back to you.
You got it. I don't know if I'm getting a good angle here.
Well, I know where my next vacation is.
Yeah.
Right.
Let's do it.
Man, oh, man.
Yeah. Don't break it, Peter. Whatever you do, don't break it.
Is that
That's
Piano
what
wire
she
on
looks
there,
like.
though, is it? Yeah,
Is
don't
it
break
piano
it.
wire?
Yeah.
Can you
Is there
see this
piano
back
wire
part
in it?
over here in the back? I think you can see part of that in the movie. Does that
Oh,
say
yeah.
Penn Senator? Yeah.
Senator should
Can
be
you read
around
the
12.
writing?
I think it's 16.
Yeah.
15 or 16.
Okay. Let me look.
It should be 16.
Hold on a moment. 16.
Did you see that? The shark made an appearance. Did you see that?
I don't know if it says on here. Senator. Yeah. It doesn't have the size, but look at the little marlin I don't want to lose you guys. The little marlin or the
Good
fish at the
Lord.
top
It's probably up there.
almost looks like a dolphin.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Yeah.
Well, does it have a model
Aw.
number? Does it have like the? So 16 was like it was a model number 118. Usually says it right around the axle of the crank. Is that on there?
Probably in the description.
I just know I've had one or two pens, and I used to do a ton of fishing. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Probably
all
in
right.
the description, it does.
It does. Okay.
Probably in the description. I don't see anything on it though that I can make out. You know.
Again, you send it to me, and I'll find it for you. I'll send you pictures of it.
You bet.
All good. All good.
Listen, we're just thrilled the fact that we get to see it.
Oh my gosh!
Along with
In
the
fact,
pen and
Yeah.
and the chair.
yeah.
Yeah, it means a lot.
Well, and Pete, we got someone else wanted to stop in and say hi. Mark Ames, I just wanted to stop in and say hi to my good friend Peter. So awesome to catch up with you again. So, yeah.
Oh yeah, I know Mark. Hey, Mark.
Mark's a great guy. Another high caliber friend, without a doubt.
Up, brother?
Yeah.
Hey, Mark. That one doesn't work. Sorry, one more. That extension doesn't work. Okay.
Very cool.
Sorry about that.
No, all good. All good, buddy.
All I know is that I'm going to be going to bed happy tonight.
That means a lot.
Yeah, incredible. And even more so the fact that we can sit here and chat with you and talk about it and kind of measure off with the experiences, because really I'm a broken record. I always say Jaws is the vehicle that brings us together, and it's truly what it does. And that's what allows us to just hang out and have some fun and enjoy each other's company. And that to me is most important above all, and it just happens to be the glue that keeps us all stuck together. And that's really what's so cool. I have met more people in the last handful of years that have just been outstanding people, fun people to be around, and great people you don't have to worry, you don't have to anything like that. We let Val hang out too, so that's okay, but really.
Well, if you let me, you got to let him. That's a given. He's more not. I ramble when I get tired. I'm not tired though. I don't know, more credible. He's more the man than me when it comes to this, anyways. You all are in the woman, yeah. But every time I'm showing people everything, and even here it'd be tough, but it's better in person. It's like everything's disorganized and trying to go from here to here. Then you start talking about everything, not knowing all the material. But I did see Richard Dreyfuss at the Comic-Con in Rhode Island about 3 years ago. I finally got his autograph. I'm sure you know about his experiences and everything, or if you guys have any. He had canceled once before. I finally got to meet him. I did see Jimmy Jaws that same day. So he had his wife with him. And I had the printout of what you see. Oh, God, that's it? Is that like the replica hat?
This is the hat he wore.
No, he showed up at our show at the 50th.
I gave him $50 for this hat.
Yeah.
He was wearing it when he came in. Look
Wait a
it
minute,
up on TikTok.
This was when you guys were on there last year when he came?
Yeah, in the 50th.
All right, yeah, and I hadn't seen him. I was at the museum on the Sunday. Awesome, Val. That's awesome.
Yeah,
great.
That's my my rod and chair. That's as close as I'm going to get.
Well, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm sure you're protecting it. Yeah, the wife. I brought the description pages and I showed them to them. He kind of matter of facted it, so to speak. She loved it and she wanted them. I let her have them. And then, of course, I said, I'm 10 minutes away. If you want to come by Sunday and see the stuff, come by and look. So Richard's response to all of that was his description of Robert Shaw when he had the scene. And, you guys know everything too, so I'm sure you could corroborate it. But if any of it's wrong, you guys would know. He had the scene where, he was deathly ill. And I guess he had to rear back and do Hooper, you damn idiot, right? That one. He was describing that. He said, like he did in the documentary, he did it with so much power. and then what happened. So I said, yeah, been there, done that. Even I knew that. But that was his response when I showed him everything. I said, excuse me, God bless his wife, because I gave those to her. I hope she still has them. And again, it has like that description, you know. So I don't want to get into that debate, you know, anymore about it, but that kind of stuck in my head when I saw that. I don't know. I have my doubts. I appreciate all of that. I have my doubts, but I really wonder. And I mean, the only go-to now that might be would be Joe Alves, but this again came from the Murphys, and it's written in the paperwork. You know, there's authenticity, then there's a no, and I know where it is. I'll send it to you. It says the history of it, where the rod and reel was before. There was a certain boat, they called it. I have a picture of that. I forget the name of it, but it shows a picture of it. Like they sent me, they included other information with it, including a letter with the history and the authenticity that Joe Alves signed off on. And it said, you know, as we know, Universal came and, you know, they borrowed some of the stuff. They didn't own it. It was loaned to them, almost like when I loaned the chair to the museum. It was loaned to them. They used it. It literally went back to the rightful owners when it was all done. And the Murphys had them all those years. You probably see stuff on the internet going way back. I know Eric Hollander was a big part of it. And it goes way back. And they describe the history and what happened after it, all those years. It might have been on another boat after that and used by somebody like a fisherman, like you said. I assume it didn't change. You know, it was the same rod and reel. I don't know of another rod and reel that they had. But they have a description of the history of that rod and reel in that paperwork. Now, whether it's mine or not, like Spadetti curse, whether it's mine or not, I don't know, but it certainly has a breakdown of the history. And it kind of came straight from the horse's mouth, like you guys said.
For those of us that don't know, who were the Murphys? You keep referring to the Murphys. Who were
Sorry,
the Murphys?
yeah. So the Murphys,
God.
I know Mike probably knows. Do you know Janie?
Yeah, she's got a little bit of a delay going. Go ahead, Janie.
Do you know them?
Yeah, I do know. Yeah, yes, Captain Murphy, Lynn Murphy, was the one who kind of taxied the orca. So what would happen, right, or anything that would be pulled? More than likely, Lynn Murphy is the one that's towing it for certain scenes.
Yeah, Captain Lynn was probably the one more like that Quint studied more than Craig Kingsbury for
Are you
Quint.
there?
Yeah. So
yeah, can you hear? Yeah, that's what I heard, Mike. Yeah. And we met them. So
Rick Vale says hi.
Who?
The Paint Happy Bastard, Rick Vale said to tell you.
Rick Vale, yeah.
Rick Vale.
he's more happy about the props than I am. He's telling me to sell them for at least $10 a piece. I said, well, I should go higher than that.
Yeah.
So the Murphys, right? Like Janie's saying, yeah, and they were it's in the book, you know, a big part of it, and they lent a lot of the equipment and everything. They did drive the boat. They did a lot of the towing. It's all there. Yeah. And again, this kind of like got handed from them to the auction house and then for auction. I don't see how it wouldn't be what it is. I don't think most people like that would screw anybody. Plus, they don't know who they're screwing. The other thing is they have to, you know, probably sign for that affidavit or swear to it and everything. And again, what does that really mean? But it's kind of straight from the horse's mouth. You know, I never saw any of that stuff there. I never knew them until then. And then afterwards I did. And I'd like to kind of hear the story from them, you know, God rest their souls, or from Joe Alves. But they were the ones, Val, like, you know, like Janie was saying, and they had a lot of the equipment. So they wanted to take their stuff, the fighting chair, the rod and reel, that belongs to them. They loaned it. It was used, and it went right back in their hands after that. And Lynn did a lot of behind the stuff in the movie, and Susan was a big part of it.
Yes. Yeah. When I don't know, I got cut off. Sorry, so I'm on my phone. When Matt Taylor, you know, when the book came out, Memories of Martha's Vineyard, when that came out, there was still the second orca was still on their property.
Right.
And what she did is cut it up into pieces, 1 square by 1 square inch. When you
Right.
bought the book, when it first came out, it was numbered, it was limited and all that. You got a piece of the sinking orca, and I have that. I have a piece. So
Exactly.
yeah. So they're kind of like the keeper of the boats, I guess, if you want to say. So
Right.
they're a big part behind the scenes of Jaws.
They
Right.
ended up with so much stuff. Like I've been to their boatyard, the Fascinating Rhythm.
Yeah,
Yes,
that was there.
right, right.
Yeah,
There,
Yeah.
they have the remote controls for the Jaws.
yeah.
We went there in 2006 and visited, and Captain Murphy gave each of us like a piece of the orca. We were out talking, and he went in the barn, and all of a sudden you hear this like because it's fun. And he had cut everybody a sheet of the orca. So
He would be there and cut it up himself. Yeah, outside of the trespassing.
Yeah, yeah. I remember seeing them, and at that point, Lynn was not really speaking that much, but they were at the 2012 Jaws Fest, and they did a
Right.
panel with Joe and I think it was Joe. I think so, but I know it was Greg Nicotero that was doing the hosting of that panel, along with Rodney Fox, who, big shark expert and was kind of like a specialist, kind of like no, shark doesn't move this way, it moves that way and all that. And to
Right.
see them
Right.
in person and to meet them was fantastic for me.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
If you're a true Jaws fan, you should know, the people behind the scenes of what made it go forward. Seriously,
Right.
with all the locals on the island.
Right. Well, they had that new book that came out, a revision of it. What was it,
Yeah.
like $500? Yeah, and it had the breakaway dock in it. But
Val has that book. Yeah.
Yeah, when I talked to Jim, or was it Matt, he said because in the first one you see the props in there, right? They came over and did a full day of photographing. Jim's brother John is a photographer, and they did the whole thing downstairs. They put up the white paper and everything. They had the fin standing, where you could see the metal pieces at the bottom, and I think I was holding it with my pinky, because it was steady, almost like in the back, because he was doing it professionally. So if you've got the first book, they're in there, mentions my name. It's mentioning the rod and reel. So, again, I know we don't know for sure about everything, but all that's authenticated in the book. The book is published. The book is approved. There are experts behind it. Matt Taylor.
Right.
I think Spielberg did the foreword and all that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're in that book, but I think Jim or Matt said there wasn't in the second book. And I'm laid back. I don't care. I said, that's fine. I'm glad it was there in the first place. So whatever they do, whatever you guys do, I really appreciate it. This is what matters more than anything. As long as none of us go bankrupt. But as far as I say, like with the pictures, they did a complete professional job with all three, and they were in that book, the first one. And then they do the story about the Murphys and the history, Captain Murphy being in the Navy, was it? And it's all in the book there. And they did in 2012, the talk. They were there for 2011. I think that was the book signing, and they were signing the book, and they did like a talk in the church. I don't know if that was the 2012 or 2011.
Yeah, I think that's when I saw. Yeah.
Yeah. And again, they're talking all about it. If I handed them something like this, which I didn't have to do because it was already done, like when Mike said, when we went to see them and everything, it'd be like a no-brainer. Like it's like pulling a $5 bill out of your pocket. So I don't know how anything else could have been involved, and it would have had to have been from them, unless Universal had something. But if you look at the backstory and everything, like you said, and they said in the paperwork, it came right from them in their own backyard,
Literally. Yeah.
Yeah. Craig Kingsbury, his daughter, her involvement, the Rebellos, Rennie Ben David, all those guys, it was right in their backyard,
It's all legit, Stephen. I mean, yeah, I'm sure it's all legit.
I think so as well. Yeah, I agree.
Peter, I would not sweat it. I wouldn't lose
sleep
over it. And I definitely wouldn't.
No.
That's that is the furthest thing
So
from
cool.
my mind, and
Yeah.
main reason we wanted to have you on was to hang out and chat with you and to see your cool props. I mean, come
Oh
on.
no,
I mean,
definitely. And I don't know if I opened that up. I didn't mean to, but
Oh,
it would have
good.
sounded
No.
like not doing your due diligence. If
No,
did you
no, no,
guys
no, no.
see a rod and reel sold 2 months ago on the prop store? What is that?
Hey,
And
there
like you
is a-
said, where is the chair? Well, the chair's coming back, so
You
we're
know
about
what?
4 or
Here's
5 days early. But you know what? You have to make a date to come by. That's all it means.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, there's a question up here that someone's asking. So Jaws Bites is asking, which one of them is your favorite? Which is your favorite collector's item that you have there?
that's trying to choose your like which one is your favorite child.
I know. So if you had to pick
I don't have
one,
one.
there,
No. Child, I mean. Well, I
he
hear
says-
you.
Yep, go
I
ahead.
hear you, and I believe you. I think I kind of gave an inkling of and thank you for the question. Kind of gave an inkling of the answer before. When I first saw that chair and the way it stuck out at me, I think the centerpiece is the rod and reel, and I stick behind that. I know you guys are right and we're right. That's the centerpiece. There's no doubt. The fin, something you want to probably put your arms around and hug or run away from. And the chair, that for me, it's the chair that stuck out. I said, if there's something I need to have, it's that chair, whatever I was thinking back in the day. So it's the chair. It's certainly the chair
Yeah,
for me.
I would agree with that
that's
because that
definitely
was
the coolest.
it's a central part of the story with Quint.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm caught between the rod and the chair. Like when you see his feet go up on the board,
Yes.
and you hear the
He-
creaking, and
Yeah.
he leans, and he puts the leather on.
Yep, that
Yeah.
creaking.
When
Yeah.
you're sitting there and the drag starts to go on that pen reel, click, 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 you go.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I know, huh? And that footrest, yeah, that stuck out at me as well. And it's right there. So I know there's no debate there wouldn't be one. And I cringe a bit with the museum, but I said, I'd like to do this, and better come back in one piece and all that.
But you couldn't get near it, Stephen. It was, it's not like anybody could touch the chair or anything like that.
This
Yeah.
is what I told him because Pete and I've been messaging each other on TikTok, and I told him, I said, look, if they don't bring those things back in one piece, there's going to be a really pissed off short Irish girl heading to LA.
I know who to call.
And he goes, oh, I know you will.
Awesome.
You got it.
Well,
and just one other thing in that paperwork, the description, which I'll try and get to you. Hopefully you can read it. There's the story about the pieces that hold the footrest up. Again, a lot of it's old. It's decrepit. My mother said, get rid of it. It's going to fall apart. God rest her soul. She's probably right. But I kept arguing with her. Not now. Not now. No, can't, And it's still a gold mine, and she appreciated it, and she met the Murphys and everything. They even came here before. So it extends, right? Family, our elders, our kids, generations and everything. But on that, a piece of that, and it's probably in the book, I guess, a piece of the metal piece, that holds up the footrest. Yeah. They were doing something with it, and they were part of it, or one of them fell into the water, like went down into the bottom of the water. And we know right from the story it was only so deep. That's why they wanted to film there. But they lost it somehow. They had it tied to a string or something. They were doing something with it, and it's in the paperwork. They lost it, so they replaced it with another piece. To me, that's what makes it authentic too.
Yeah, definitely, beyond reasonable doubt.
So I'm gonna make a comment here. You're saying about how it's so generational. I mean, and I work in healthcare, and I just started a new job, and I'm telling all these girls who are like half my age, have you seen Jaws? Oh yeah, I've seen it before. Okay, so the chair? Yeah, we have the guy on tonight who owns it. They're like, no way. It's gonna go beyond us. This will go on beyond us, just like The Wizard of Oz, just like Gone with the Wind.
Yeah.
It's one of those films that are going to stay intact. So,
in the last 10, 15 years, I think we've seen that, if not before.
Yes.
Nobody thought about it years ago, right?
No. I mean, well, Mike and I have known each other since 2012.
Yeah.
And so it's become more and more and more evident, I think, with generations.
Right. It has. And I think that will
Yeah.
continue to grow. So that's a good point.
Yeah.
Hey, we got slowly kind of winding out here, but we got Mark is asking a question. He says, Pete, remember the guy that we met that said he had a piece of the orca? Said, thinks his name is Peter Robb, said he had a cleat from it. Does that ring a bell at all?
Right, it does. Mark, I remember talking to Mark when we were getting on the schooner in June, on the boat, and I was talking to him. I met Mark before with Rick years ago. I do remember that, and I think we talked about that. There's a guy there, and he's in the movie. You can see him, one of the extras. Excuse me. And they have a family house, like a lot of others, that runs down the main road in Oak Bluffs near the chief's house, and they have their own private parts of the beach. And he sent me some pictures as we talked to him. We met him. He said he had, Mark, if you can still talk like in the chat too. Yeah, I think the cleat. I don't know if he had something else. I know he had a book. We all have a book. He had like a cleat, and it supposedly is the cleat from the orca. I assume the primary orca, not the sinking. If there was one in the sinking, which there probably wasn't, or it might have been in reserve. And yes, I do recall that. And he did send me some pictures. He was trying to see if any of us would buy it, but it was a cleat, I believe. If I'm answering that correctly.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, it has been an incredible experience, Pete, sitting down and hanging out with you and talking with you and sharing your props. And I had a couple other things planned, and unfortunately that went a little bit awry. However, I have a little surprise that I'm going to end the show with tonight. And I happened to stumble across this some time ago when we had talked. And years ago, one of the news stations out of Boston did a little featurette on you. Do you remember that?
2015.
Right around there, yeah.
I do.
It was the 40th anniversary. So if
yes.
you're okay with that, I was going to pull that up and let that kind of wrap us up for tonight. Kind of let people catch a little bit of that. How's that sound? Please
do, because and I want to thank all of you and everybody in the community. And you guys, I'm going to follow up with whatever I can send you. You're great, and I really appreciate it. So because I can't rag on you or anything, because you guys are great, do it so I can rag on myself.
Well, guys at home, we want to thank you again. This video is going to take us out tonight, and we don't say goodbye here. We do a little fins up, so we're going to say our goodbyes now. So fins up, everyone.
I have only half of a fin. I'm holding my phone. Okay.
Thank you for tuning in. Peter, thank you so much for hanging out with us.
Thanks, Peter.
An awful lot of fun, man.
Thank you, guys. Love you. I'll follow up with some information. I really appreciate it. It's been an honor, and I thank you. I kind of missed the boat many years in doing this, so you've made it. You made it quite special. All of you.
There's cool. No time. There's no time limit. There is no time limit.
That's right. And we've got to continue to touch base here in the future, buddy. In fact, I told you.
Yeah.
Maybe get together next year. You're definitely going to be on my list. So.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah. And definitely come by and see them, because it's easier for me to sit on my couch, kick back, and let you guys do all the work. Look at this. Figure that out. What size is it? Bring your ruler. What material is that? And I'll try and find the descriptions. Here, do all your reading while I watch. I listen to the rock station.
Yeah. Here, Janie. It's down the hall. Bye. Okay.
Yeah,
thanks, Pete.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know where I am. I'll be upstairs or wherever.
I know where you are.
Stop by your house on the way to Martha's Vineyard next time.
Yeah, right.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Check it out for sure.
Definitely.
I can hear Christy now going, we're not putting that in the car.
I don't think she'd have
if the price is right. If the price is right.
That's right.
She's right. With the discount. Yeah.
All righty, guys. I'm gonna pull this in full screen, and this will take us out. And maybe between us and about 100 other members, we can scrape together enough to buy maybe a foot of line off of that Penn Model 16 reel. How's that sound? Maybe we'll figure.
Yeah, I could strip off some of that. Sure.
All righty, guys.
Thank you, guys. You're great. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Hey, absolutely awesome. Had a blast. So here we go. Let me pull this in and sit back and enjoy. You're probably gonna recognize some other familiar faces here as well. Here we go.
Yes.
Oh, crap, I got popcorn to watch this. All right.
I remember like rushing to get my first summer job at 13 so that I could get on eBay and just blow all that money on memorabilia.
Back then, there weren't VHSs yet, so you would have to see it in theater. For me, getting Jaws stuff was like seeing the movie again.
This is a shock jaw that was in Quinn Shop.
Mr. Hooper, I'm not talking about pleasure boating or day sailing. I'm talking about working for a living. I'm talking about sharking.
We met in 2005 at Jaws Fest. The week before, I took a picture of myself with my collection, and I had it made on a T-shirt. I didn't know anybody, and I figured, well, this is an icebreaker. Jim's brother, who's a photographer, was out taking photos and spotted me and said, hey, is that your collection? And I said, yeah. He said, you got to meet my brother, Jim. He's got a huge collection. So he brought me over to Jim, and I met him, and we've been friends ever since.
Yeah. And then Pete, we met a few years later.
It's amazing we were all so local. You know, I grew up in Pawtucket and went to school in Providence, and Jim lives in Providence. Pete's outside of Providence.
Who pays for all this stuff? Government? The Institute? This stuff costs a lot of money.
This is one of the uniforms used for Chief Brody in the second Jaws.
They're the original Bruce Tooth from the shark.
I think when you get to this level of collecting and something this specific, I think we're always looking out for each other.
Well, what we've got here is primarily three major props from the movie, screen used. There were won in an auction. This is actually the estuary fin. And this really would be considered the centerpiece of the collection, in my opinion. This is the fishing pole used by Robert Shaw in the movie. It still has the original sound to it after years of trying it, which is great. And finally, it's the original fighting chair used in the movie. And it's some 40 years later, and this is what it looks like.
I don't know, Chief. I don't know. He's very smart and very dumb.
But it's really the coming together of all the friends. That's what it's really all about. I would not trade that in for anything.
In 2005, meeting everybody, it was just incredible. Developing friendships that are now way beyond Jaws.
I thought I was the only Jaws fan because everyone I met, either Star Wars or a different type of movie, I was like, I'm the only Jaws fan. And once the internet came out, you would meet these fellow fans from all over the world, just like yourself. And I didn't feel alone anymore.
And there you have it. And well-spoken words, you know, it just bringing people
Excellent work.
together, and people have become very close friends, and you know, value each other as much as what this group of people do. And it's something that's become a real rarity these days. So yeah, I want to thank you for that. That's incredible, buddy. Very cool.
Thank you for that. That was a very nice moment, too. Thank you.
Yeah. All righty.
Oh, and sorry, I might have held out on you. Don't shoot me. You know, the shock jaw, that's there. That's in the museum.
Oh, good.
And there are a few uniforms. I think Mike's familiar with them, too. You might have grabbed some of them, I think.
So,
and yeah.
The shark jaws, is that yours too then?
If you can check the clip, you guys probably could. You're so good with it.
Yeah.
But when they first walk in, literally above Richard Dreyfuss's head,
Yes.
and it's kind of elongated. It's kind of big. It's a little bit deep. You can't miss it. It's not small and wide. It's a little bit wider.
So
longer.
it's not the shark that the camera went
window.
through when they were filming.
Right. How nice would that be? Isn't that somewhere?
That's
No,
what
it's
I
not.
thought. Yeah, that would have been
No, those are
badass.
tigers. Yeah, those
Right.
are tiger teeth.
That'd be
That
nice.
would have been badass.
It's right above his head when he walks in.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome. All righty, guys. Hey, what else can I say? What an awesome night. I want to thank you. Thanks for hanging out with us. And don't forget, please check us out over on Mayor Vaughn. you'll be able to listen to us over on Spotify and Audible, including this episode will be up in the next 24 hours. So get on there, listen, watch us, check it out, go back and hit some of the catalog items. And in the meantime, have yourselves a wonderful weekend. Take care, everybody.
Thanks, Peter.
Thank you, guys and gals. Thank you. Be well. Take care of yourselves.
Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
Plancha.
Buonanotte.
Buonanotte.